Hi there, I'm Jojo. I'm Kavannah. We're adding up Addingtons.
Hey guys, welcome. My name is Katie, and I'm adding up Addingtons. If you are new around here, I am a mom of 8 kids, and we homeschool. I was a public school teacher in my previous life, and now I homeschool all of my kids. So today we wanted to take a minute as a family to talk to those of you who suddenly find yourself accidental homeschoolers thanks to the COVID-19 virus. I know that so many of you out there have suddenly been thrown into having your kids home full time and trying to keep up with their schoolwork, or even if it's not mandated, that you don't want them to feel like they're behind. And so as a veteran homeschool mom and my kids who have never been to school, we wanted to just sit down and share with you and encourage you. So if you would like to keep up with us, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it.
And you can see the scene. Hi, I'm Declan and I'm 6.
Hi, I'm Gavrel. I'm 8 years old and I've never gone to school. Homeschooling is actually a lot better than school, I can figure, because you can get done before even breakfast and you don't have to depend on everyone else. You don't have to slowly wait. And you can break if you need to.
Hi, I'm Declan and I'm 6 years old. Homeschooling is lots of fun. Goodbye.
The hardest part will probably be changing your habits. Instead of waking up early, you can sleep in, and instead of hurrying and rushing to get clothes on, stay in your pajamas for breakfast or something. What I talked about, like it's called eating frogs, and you get all the hard stuff done before you start playing and running, and so you eat it fast and hard and good. I've got done before I even ate a bite of breakfast.
Homeschool is better than going to school, because at homeschool you can have breaks and you're not sitting at school all day. You can do 2 days homework in 1 day. That kind of stuff. And you get to read all the time. The hardest part of homeschool is getting used to being home, and here's something that'll help. You make a list of things you have to do in school.
My favorite part is sitting on the couch and getting to read next to Mom and actually seeing the pictures.
My favorite part is when Mom reads to us.
If you need something to read, I say you should pick the Your Miss Agnes, Kildy House, Waffle Adventures, and there's some others. Really, any of the curriculum reading books are great.
Violet the Pirate, Henry and the Chalk Dragon. There's a couple others I forgot. Time Traveler, Animal Poetry, Osborne Time Traveler, and Animal Poetry.
I think you'll really like homeschooling because you'll get lots of time for other things that you really want to do.
I think you'll like homeschooling because it's fun and you get to read so much. Goodbye.
Beautiful.
What can I have you move?
Hey, what's your name?
Jojo.
And how old are you, Jojo? 5. What? What's your name?
Kavannah.
And how old are you? 5.
What, Jojo?
Stop. And what are you talking about today?
How we homeschool. How we do the rights and how we do homeschool.
How we do homeschool. So, Kavannah, what did you tell people they should do first in the morning?
Get dressed
And what else?
neatly.
Stop.
Get dressed neatly and put on your shoes neatly.
Really excited to start kindergarten at home? How should you act when you're homeschooling?
Good and patient. We be kind
Be kind to who?
to mommy.
Be kind to mommy.
And be homeschooled for mommy.
So mommy can school with you. You should be kind. So the first thing that I want to tell you as mom and teacher is please give yourself lots of grace. I have heard other people say this, and it is so, so true. Those of us who homeschool all the time had time to prepare for this. Most of us intentionally chose it. We researched it and thought about it for a long time before we actually arrived at homeschooling. And so if you find yourself literally overnight being a homeschool family, please, please, please give yourself grace. There is a learning curve, and not a single one of us have done it perfectly the first time. If you feel like you're drowning, it's okay. It's okay. It'll get better. Most of us have also chosen our own resources. Most of us, with a few exceptions around the country, most of us are allowed to choose our own curriculum and materials and the things that we want to cover. And I know some of you don't. Your schools have sent home materials and you need to cover those. And you might not have any idea what's going on. So again, just give yourself some grace for that. Utilize resources. Don't feel like this is all on you. There are so many great materials out there. Use audiobooks to read to your kids. Use Audible if you have a subscription. That's great. You can use the app and buy books individually without having a subscription. A lot of public libraries have audiobooks that you can borrow. There's an app called Libby that we use to access our local libraries. Right now, Audible actually has a ton of kids' books for free because of the COVID shutdown. So if you go to stories.audible.com, there are lots of books there. My kids listened to all of Winnie the Pooh yesterday. This isn't sponsored. We just use Audible every day at home for real. Netflix has lots of documentaries on it, as well as YouTube. There are lots of documentaries and informational videos that you can watch and get your hands on to spark some interest in your kids. A lot of times I will do this, not because it's in our curriculum, but because the kids will get really interested in something that was mentioned, and we'll go to look up more information on it. YouTube, a lot of authors and illustrators right now are putting themselves out on YouTube or on other social media platforms to help everybody who's cooped up at home right now. They are doing cartooning tutorials and draw-alongs and read-alongs and authors reading their books all for free, so that those of you who find yourselves suddenly at home have those resources to draw on. Check out Instagram. See what's around you. I know our local zoo, Knoxville, is doing a series right now called Bringing the Zoo to You, where they do a behind-the-scenes video every day with a different animal and their keepers, just talking about the care and enrichment of those animals. And so that's fun, and a lot of places are doing that right now while they can't have guests in. So check around. What are your favorite places to go to, like the zoo or the museum, and see what kind of resources they have online for you. And there are lots of websites that have free resources If you just Google or Pinterest, you can come up with anything in the world. A couple of websites that I have recommended. Ambleside Online is a complete curriculum outline K through 12. You have to find the books for that yourself, but a lot of those are available online. Khan Academy is a free science and math website. Their Grammarly is similar for English. ABC Mouse is a subscription-based website that we use. Do you like ABC Mouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even like
And they will run sales on subscriptions for that. If you have younger kids, that's really great for like toddlers through middle elementary. I think through second grade. I think they go through second grade. If you need something a little more substantial, Teaching Textbooks is a completely self-directed online math curriculum. It does cost, but it's very reasonable. And so if you have especially older students that are doing math that you haven't touched in a long time, that might be a good option for you. If you've been around here, you know we love Sunlight, and they do make their entire book lists at every level completely public. You can find those on their website, and any of those books on there are going to be great resources or just great stories to read aloud if you just need some ideas for how to spend your evenings together. So utilize the resources that are out there. Don't feel like you have to structure every minute of your day yourself. None of us do. That's not realistic. And so if you are new to this overnight, don't take it all on your own shoulders. Sit down and check out the plethora of resources that are out there. So I know for a lot of your kids, this is maybe scary or anxiety producing, and that this is hard because they don't know what their schedule is going to look like or how this works or what it means to do school at home. So one thing that I have done in the past for kids who are just struggling is to allow them some say in their own schedule. So for us, that looks like I will make a list of the work that they need to complete on their own, the things that they can do individually, and they are allowed to choose in what order they do it in. They are, a lot of times they can choose when they want to do it within reason. Sometimes I will give them a goal, like you need to have it all done before such and such a time of day, or before we do whatever the next thing is. I have one who likes to come down and get it done before we start anything so that he is free to spend more free time while others are doing their work. You may want to institute a block schedule where, okay, we're going to eat, and then you have this much time to get your schoolwork done, and then we're going to move on to something else. But allowing the kids to kind of choose their own schedule will help them feel like they are a little more in control of their lives, and it will give them some ownership of it, and that's been really helpful for us. And I know right now for a lot of kids, it just feels so out of control and so new that that's something I have really found to help. I would really encourage you, as much as you can, allow your kids to be curious and ask questions, and when you can, allow that to help guide you. I know we have done some really fun things just because the kids started asking questions. I know, like today even, Declan brought in a pine cone and said, "Hey Mom, can I cut this? Can I get a knife and cut this in half down the middle and see what it looks like?" And I let him do that. And we were all like, "Oh, we've never seen the inside of a pine cone before. That's pretty cool." So just things like that, like let them ask questions as much as. I know some of you have lists of things that have to get done, and some of you are trying to work full-time also from home in the middle of all of this. So I know that just totally allowing curiosity to guide your day may not be completely possible, but where you can, it turns into really good learning. I also encourage you to turn off the screens when you can. I know this seems to directly contradict what I said earlier, but I know that when I allow my kids to just watch TV, their attitudes and emotions just kind of go downhill quickly. So, spend time together. Let them try new ideas and new activities, and that means let them potentially fail at those activities. They may try something and it doesn't work. Declan tried a science experiment the other day and it didn't work, but his brain was busy and his hands were busy working on something, and there's value in that. When you allow kids' brains to be bored, they learn new pieces of their brain, learn to turn on and fire up and invent things to do. And the more you allow them to be bored, now protect your own sanity while you're at home also. But if you can allow them to be bored for a while, they will invent things to fill that boredom with. And almost always those things that they invent are better than the movies they were watching in the first place. And finally, just enjoy the gift of time. If you've ever said, I wish we had more time to eat together as a family, or to bake, or to read aloud, or to listen to a story or watch a play, or any of those things, anything you've always said, I wish I had more time for that, here it is. Take your afternoon, sit on the couch and read a book together, or listen to the audiobook with your kids if you can. Ask them questions, let them ask you questions, and just enjoy this. We're gonna be here for a while, but not forever. Life will find a new normal, and this time will be gone. Anyway, so that's our encouragement to you from me and my kids who are veteran homeschoolers. We believe in you. If you have other questions or you need some resources, leave them down in the comments below. Give yourself lots of grace. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.